Forget gold, forget crypto, forget crude oil. The most valuable commodity in existence isn't on Earth anymore. Listen to this number carefully. Just 2 space shuttle payloads filled with this stuff could power the entire United States for a full year. No carbon emissions, no radioactive waste. It's called helium-3. And this is exactly why China is sprinting to the moon. They aren't going there to plant a flag or take a selfie. They are aiming to secure the oil fields of the 22nd century. Welcome to Episode 8 of the Space Economy. Today, we're breaking down how an invisible isotope is about to reshape the global order and your portfolio.
Let's look at the scoreboard. The world is thirsty for power. Between the population boom, the AI revolution, and the EV transition, our grid is groaning under the pressure. Renewables like wind and solar, they're great, but they're intermittent. Traditional nuclear fission, it works, but nobody wants the radioactive waste sitting in their backyard for 1,000 years. We are at a crossroads. We either find a miracle energy source or the global economy gets choked by its own demand. Enter the Holy Grail, nuclear fusion energy. I'm not gonna bore you with a physics lecture. Here's the explain like I'm 5 version. Current nuclear plants work by splitting atoms, fission. It's powerful, but it's messy. Helium-3 allows us to fuse atoms, fusion. When you smash helium-3 and deuterium together, you get massive energy. But here's the kicker: no neutron radiation. That means no radioactive waste, no risk of a meltdown, no Chernobyl 2.0. It is clean, limitless power.
So why can't we just mine it in Nevada? Because Earth has a magnetic field. It protects us from solar radiation, but it also deflects helium-3 away. The moon is naked. For 4 billion years, the solar wind has been pounding the lunar surface, saturating the topsoil, or regolith, with helium-3. Earth has maybe 15 kilograms of this stuff accessible. The moon? Estimates put it at 1.1 million tons. That is enough energy to power humanity for 10,000 years.
Let's talk money. This is the part for the commodity traders watching. The current estimated value of helium-3 on Earth is roughly $3 billion per ton. You heard that right. It makes gold look like dirt. It makes diamonds look like cheap glass. If Elon Musk or the CCP can bring back just 100 tons, that's $300 billion in revenue. But the real value isn't in selling it. It's in controlling the energy supply of the planet. Back to the hook. Beijing isn't being subtle about this. Ouyang Ziwan, the father of China's lunar program, said it plainly. The moon has enough energy to supply humanity's needs for at least 10,000 years. Their Chang'e missions are actively sampling the dark side of the moon right now. They are testing extraction methods while NASA is still fighting for budget approval in Congress. So, is America sitting on its hands? Not exactly, but the U.S. strategy is different. We're using the Artemis Accords, basically a coalition of allies. But the real American secret weapon isn't government, it's capitalism. NASA is handing the keys to SpaceX and Blue Origin. The philosophy is simple: privatize the race. If there's profit to be made, Musk and Bezos will figure out how to get there faster and cheaper than any bureaucrat ever could.
It sounds like a gold rush, but functionally, it's an engineering nightmare. To get just 1 ton of helium-3, you have to sift through about 100 million tons of lunar soil. Imagine running a strip mine the size of Manhattan, but in zero gravity, with temperatures swinging from 250 degrees to minus 200, all while dealing with moon dust that's as sharp as broken glass. This isn't just science, it's the ultimate logistics stress test. Okay, you mined it. How do you get it home? In the shuttle era, Putting a kilogram into orbit cost $50,000. At that price, the math doesn't work. But SpaceX's Starship is targeting a launch cost of under $100 per kilogram. That is the game changer. If Starship works as advertised, the economics flip overnight. Helium-3 goes from science fiction to viable business model.
Here is the elephant in the room. We can get the fuel, but we don't have the engine yet. Fusing helium-3 requires temperatures way higher than standard fusion. We need advanced superconducting magnets. Companies like Helion Energy, backed by Sam Altman, are betting they can crack this by 2030. Are they too optimistic? Maybe, but never bet against deep pockets and desperation.
So who actually owns the moon? The 1967 Outer Space Treaty says no nation can claim sovereignty, but it doesn't explicitly ban commercial resource extraction. It's a massive legal loophole. The US passed the Space Act of 2015, basically saying if an American company mines it, they own it. China? They don't really care about US laws. This creates a perfect storm for conflict.
Fast forward to 2050. Imagine Chinese mining bases on the South Pole and American bases at the resource-rich craters. The moon is about to become the new Persian Gulf. Whoever controls the helium-3 supply chain holds the geopolitical leverage over Earth. Are we looking at Star Wars for real? History suggests that wars are usually fought over resources. Why would space be any different?
It's not just a G2 world anymore. India just landed Chandrayaan-3. Russia is trying to claw its way back into the game. Even the UAE is throwing money at space tech. We're looking at a multipolar space race. Smaller nations are scrambling to form alliances so they don't get cut out of the interplanetary supply chain. If helium-3 becomes commercially viable, what happens to Saudi Arabia? What happens to Russia? What happens to ExxonMobil? Oil won't disappear, but it loses its crown. We are talking about the greatest wealth transfer in human history, shifting from nations with black gold in the ground to nations with the technology to reach the stars.
We wrecked Earth to get energy. Are we about to do the same to the moon? There will be massive pushback. Will mining alter the moon's appearance? Short answer, yes, locally. Do we have the moral right to turn a celestial body into an industrial park? Expect this to be the biggest political debate of the 2040s.
I know what you're asking.
How do I invest in this? You can't buy spot helium-3 yet, but you can play the picks and shovels strategy. Look at the ecosystem. Robotics companies building the miners, advanced materials companies making superconductors, and the private aerospace giants. This is a long game, high risk, but the ROI potential is exponential.
I need to keep it 100 with you guys. There are plenty of skeptics. Many physicists call helium-3 a pipe dream. They argue that deuterium-tritium fusion is easier, even if it's dirtier. They argue that the cost to bring it back will never beat cheap solar and batteries on Earth. The skepticism is healthy, but remember, people laughed at the internet, and they laughed at reusable rockets. So, when does the light turn on? 2025 to 2030, exploration and prospecting, the R&D phase. 2030 to 2040, pilot infrastructure and fusion demo reactors. 2040 to 2050, first commercial shipments. This isn't a trade for tomorrow. This is a play for your retirement portfolio. Why make this video for you guys now? Because our generation is going to witness this shift. Technology moves on an exponential curve. What sounds like sci-fi today becomes reality next Tuesday, thanks to AI and advanced manufacturing. The race for helium-3 isn't just about energy, it's about the next frontier of human civilization.
Helium-3, the salvation of humanity or the cause of the next world war? Which side are you on? The techno-optimist or the realist skeptic? Drop your take in the comments. I want to see a real debate down there. And if you want me to do a deep dive on the top 5 space mining stocks to watch, smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss episode 9. I'll see you on the other side of the atmosphere.